Hello and welcome to LUTV, where we've got the Leeds Women in action, looking to hold on to their 100% record in League and Cup so far this season. This afternoon they're here at Garforth and they are taking on Middlesbrough. For Leeds United fans, this is your only footy fix of the weekend and a chance to cheer on the women's team as they look to end the day at the summit of the National League Division 1 table. Well, it's a Leeds side that shows three changes from the midweek win at York, with Abby Brown coming in. So too Laura Bartrup, who scored in this fixture last season. And it's a first Leeds United start for Emily Sykes. They replace Cherry Ann Pizzalo, Paige Williams and Maisie Ellis. Up front we've got Jess Russo. 5 goals in 4 games so far for her this season. Good news on the bench, with Rebecca Bass involved also. Middlesbrough unchanged from their midweek home win to Durham Cestera. It's their only league win of the season. Abby Towers was the goal scorer in that 1-0 victory. And amongst the Middlesbrough side is Rachel Hindle. Not involved today, but is part of the Middlesbrough squad and will surely be watching on and looking at some of her old teammates as they line up here ahead of this game. A big game as well. I'm delighted to be joined again on LUTV by Bridie, who's alongside us, ready for and hopefully cheering on Leeds for another victory to keep this impressive start to the season going.
Yeah, we've had a fantastic start, like you said, so we're hoping to keep that going again today. I think it'll be a different challenge to the one we had midweek. Middlesbrough have recruited well this season, with the likes of players coming from Newcastle and Durham, as you mentioned. So yeah, looking forward to today. Should be a tough test for us. Like you say, a few changes to the game today and a big day for Emily Sykes.
What would it feel like as a youngster? She has had, I think, come off the bench once, but to start a game, a league game, a big game as well, there would have been nerves this morning, I'm sure, waking up, but deep down inside she'll be excited for this one and looking forward to getting the game underway. Yeah,
I think it wouldn't be normal to not be nervous for a game like today. I think all the girls will be a little bit nervous, but you know, she's been training with the girls on a weekly basis. The girls know what she's capable of. She's got a fantastic left foot on her. She scores goals for fun. So yeah, hopefully she'll get some early touches on the ball, and that'll kind of, you know, bring her some confidence. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her play today.
The other players coming in, Abby Brown scored in the WNL Cup win against League, so she's already off the mark for the season. We've got Laura Bartrup coming in as well. Scored in this fixture last season, returned, but her first start since rejoining Leeds in the summer.
Yeah, I think like I mentioned at the start of the game, she's signed from Hull City, but she was very much a big Leeds United player for us. And yeah, she spent the last few weeks training, working hard to get back up to full fitness. So it's her first start of the season, as you say. And I think all Leeds fans know what Laura Bartup's capable of. And I think starting today will do her the world of good, and hopefully she'll get on that score sheet as well.
Should be goals in this one between the two sides. They've scored or conceded 30 goals in their 8 League and Cup games so far this season. For Leeds United, Bridie, they're only their second home game of the season here at Garforth Town, the kind of new old home, if that makes sense. They were here a few years ago, but back again after a few seasons at Tadcaster. Important to get home games in early, important to get that home form going. This is going to be where it would make or break a season.
Yeah, absolutely. We've only played one game here, like you say. The grass was a little bit long then, so hopefully it's had a bit of a cut. We can't tell from this, but the pitch is looking good, and like you say, I'm expecting a bit of a record crowd today, which always gives the girls a good push. They've got quite a few mascots as well today, so I'm sure we'll hear them cheering the girls along as well.
We're closing in on kick-off. The referee is Joshua Brayshaw. His 2 assistants alongside him. That only home game so far was here at Stockport, as Bridie said. On the mark as ever was Jess Rosu. 5 goals in 4 games. The other goal scorer that day was Danny Whiteham as well, as the referee just does the final checks before kick-off. Middlesbrough then started the season with a draw. They've been knocked out of the WNL Cup after a defeat to Huddersfield. They'd lost then in the league at Hull before finally getting their first 3 points of the season against Durham Cestria in the week. Abby Towers, the goal scorer, and important that they have got points ahead of this one. But Leeds, 100% record. The only thing they haven't managed so far, Bridie, is that clean sheet. They've been conceding late goals. How's that gone down in the dressing room?
Yeah, do you know what? I called it the other day against York in the last 10 minutes. So we just need to tighten up a little bit at the back. I'm not sure if it's tired legs or the occasion, but yeah, we just need to tighten up that little bit. at the back going into the closing stages of the game. But yeah, hoping for a clean sheet today.
Here on a sunny day, maybe this is the end of the late summer sun that we've had over the weekend. It's Laura Bartrup with the first touch, getting us underway and rolling the ball back to Danny Whiteham. And Leeds are underway. You mentioned before the game, Bridie, it's almost a makeshift back four for Leeds as well. Because of injuries, because of players being unavailable, and they've had to move players around in position. It's clearly not done too much harm so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, Olivia Smart is normally a left back, and she's done a really good job at centre back, albeit it's not her natural position. But just looking here, it looks like Emily Sykes has possibly started in that left back position. I wasn't sure if Danby would end up there today. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one, but you know, nonetheless, an exciting one.
Caretaker manager Simon Wood making those selections today, but I suppose it bodes well for the season ahead that players have showed that versatility and can move into different positions, and so far hasn't affected results. Here's Abby Brown receiving the ball back, crowded out by Middlesbrough players. Pass forward was blocked, and we'll go back to Sarah Danby. Brown again. Smith wears 10 before it comes back to Sykes. In towards Bartram, trying to lay the ball off with Whiteham making the run forward. First time Middlesbrough get some possession in the game, and this is Lauren Robson. Two Leeds players trying to keep up with her as she dinks in a cross that Sykes will, looked like she was going to clear the ball for the corner, maybe caught in two minds, and I suppose that's expected on your first league starts, and just caught in two minds, and it'll be things like that. She'll get them out of the system quite early on, get a first few good touches of the ball and settle into this game.
Yeah, she did well to recover there, to be fair, but in my head I was thinking stop the cross, and the cross unfortunately came in, so it did give her something to do.
Bartram going in with the tackle with Ellen Packham. Ball dropping here for Smith. Jakeman caught in possession. This is Brown again. Players arriving in the middle. Brown with a very strong run, able to stay on her feet. If she was caught, it looked like as she got in the penalty area. Then in the end, it was a cross-come shot that has drifted over the top of the bar, and the goal that has been monitored by Carrie Simpson.
Yeah, I think that's Robson again. I think that's twice she's managed to get a cross in. She's a very dangerous player. She's pacey. She's got skills. Harriet Jakeman needs to be really on form today and make sure that we don't give her a sniff of the ball anymore.
Robson, who joined Middlesbrough, or rejoined them from Newcastle in the summer. A number of these players have joined from Newcastle during the pre-season. Newcastle champions of this league last season. It's been the case that a few of them have stayed in this division. Pressure is applied. This is Packham.
You can see again they're trying to work that left-hand side.
Comfortable for Carrie Simpson to come and claim, formerly with Brisbane Roar, Bradford and Barnsley. Eventually broke away from the teams that began with B to join Leeds United. Second season with the Whites.
I think it's been mainly Middlesbrough so far. I'd like to see us get a string of passes together, John. Start playing in the other half of the pitch, preferably.
Leeds starting today, joint top of the table. Third on goal difference. Barnsley out in front due to a +8 goal difference. Hull +7. Both of those teams away from home today as Leeds looks to come forward with Bartrup. Did have the support, thought about the ball back. Eventually it does. Just saw Danby making a late run to the right of the penalty area as the ball in is cleared away. It's impressive pace from Middlesbrough's Ellen Turnbull, racing down this right side before eventually she was stopped in her tracks by Olivia Smart.
Yeah, she does that very well, Olivia Smart. She really does read the game well. I think we conceded late on Wednesday due to Olivia Smart coming out of position, but you taught as a youngster the closest player goes to the ball, and I think that's the reason she did that.
It's almost a brand new Middlesbrough side. 13 signings made during the summer. They are now linked in with the men's team. They've become part of the full Middlesbrough family. So a number of signings from Newcastle, a few from Norton and Stockton, a couple from Durham as well. They're having a real go this season, it seems.
Yeah, they've definitely gone through a transition. They've got new management, like you say, a lot of new players. I think they've invested quite heavily into the players as well, which is good to see, you know, for any women's team. There's a lot of teams following suit as well.
Abby Tower laying the ball back to Laura Wareham, the Middlesbrough goalkeeper, ex-Newcastle.
Yeah, I've played against her a few times. She's a very good goalkeeper, good shot stopper.
More of a direct route this time from Middlesbrough. That's all the way through to Olivia Smart.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't mention anything about a distribution there.
Leeds looking to build from the back. Touch from Whittam. Chases on for Rusu.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't mind that. One of the, I think it was the first goal that we scored against York the other day was due to a bit of a dodgy back pass by the defender. So, you know, that ball from Harriet Jakeman, although it wasn't perfect, it kind of just moves us up the pitch a little bit and forces them into making decisions, I guess.
Header there from Izzy Elliott, Middlesbrough throw.
Assuming the stand is full by the fans on that side of the pitch.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you said there would be a decent crowd. The sun has certainly brought them out in their droves, as well as this brilliant start that Leeds have had. But it's Robson coming forward for Middlesbrough, another cross that's been skewed behind the goal. But it is promising to see and really encouraging, I'm assuming, for the team as well, to come out onto the field and see so many supporters. The main stand on this near side is chock-a-block.
Yeah, I genuinely think that it'll make a big difference. You know, like I mentioned at Tadcaster, we had a couple of hundred people, but, you know, the stand does allow for a little bit more. And like I said, the people that live around the gaff areas, lots of schools, lots of children, and I'm sure the stand will be full today.
That's going to break here for Marshall, trying to wrestle her way against Catherine Smith. Free kick given. Decent distance out. Immediately Sarah Berners placed herself over the ball as the referee just organises the Leeds players looking to defend.
Yeah, it's a dangerous position this, so we'll need to be organised. Height for height there.
Berners remained over the ball. The rest of the players gathering on the far side of that penalty area. There is a 3-player wall that has been constructed just in case Byrne is looking to take a shot towards goal. It is drifted to the edge of the box. It's a header that's down, but that will be comfortable for Simpson to come and claim.
Yeah, I think we just need to be mindful not to be giving any kind of, you know, silly corners or free kicks away. You know, because they've got quite a tall team, to be honest, quite strong, powerful. So we just need to keep our heads on a little bit. But I think Catherine Smith will argue it was a professional foul there.
It was a heavy challenge. It was Abby Brown on the end of it. The referee deciding the throw will be sufficient. There will be a pause in play, though, just so that treatment can be received if needed for Abby Brown. Felt the full force of that one.
Yeah, I thought that might have been a free kick. Yeah, definitely.
Emma Wallace, the Middlesbrough player involved, formerly with Ipswich and Newcastle. Studied at Durham University. He's back home as Turnbull gets away again down the right-hand side into the penalty area. There was a touch to get it clear, but only as far as Marshall. Good shot, really good save. And from the follow-up, Robson denied twice and then wide. Will be a goal kick. Nervous times in that Leeds penalty area. Credit to Simpson for the initial shots, but Middlesbrough still had players in and around the penalty area once it was cleared from that initial save. Yeah,
we just didn't clear our lines there. I thought it was a great stop, like you said, by the keeper there, but yeah, I think we were let off then. Just need to tighten up a little bit in that defensive area.
Barton winning the header, falling to the ground, but Leeds have still got possession. It's Danny Whittam trying to drive Leeds forward, but Middlesbrough there to stop that latest attack.
I think it's similar to how we've started most of the games this season. We have started a little bit slow, struggled to get into the game. It tends to be the second half when we tend to come alive a little bit, John. So I'm hoping that we can start to string a few passes together now. As I say, we look a little bit nervous at the moment.
It's already the best start for the women's team since they were reformed in 2017 with the 4 wins from 4 in League and Cup, looking to make it 5 this afternoon. Sykes. And Wallace will watch that one drop out for a throw.
I don't think they've had the best start to the season, as you mentioned. You know, they've made a lot of new signings, but you know, similar to all teams this season, everyone's just getting used to playing with each other. So you know, yes, they've signed people from Newcastle and Durham.
Rossu was sent in the cross. She's worked really hard to win that ball back on the far side. 2 in the middle, headed clear.
It was unfortunate that we didn't get anybody on the end there. But yeah, as I was saying, I think you know that they're still getting used to you know, playing with each other as well.
Marshall coming forward. She's got the support of Turnbull. This is Marshall, got the shot in. Again, it's another one that's over the bar, but between Marshall and Turnbull, they worked that really well between them. Leeds were backpedaling at times, and it is Middlesbrough that have started the game the brighter. Definite pace when they come forward. We mentioned Robson on the left, but Turnbull as well on the right on this occasion, drifting into a central area. Leeds will be aware of those threats.
Yeah, that little touch seemed to come off Marshall's heel, but it seemed to work in her favour.
Trying to switch the play, but it's straight to Fran Wild. This is Turnbull again, a shot that's deflected. The corner is avoided thanks to the quick thinking of Olivia Smart, but Middlesbrough still in possession with Wallace. Smart there again. Cleared away, and immediately you can see they're turning to her teammates, just wanting them to lift their performances a little bit. Middlesbrough starting well, but as Bridie has said, Leeds have done this in the past this season and have gone on to win games.
Yeah, Olivia Smart demands high standards of this team, and you know, she'll be feeling that she's doing her bit and maybe some of her teammates aren't. But yeah, like I said, bit of a shaky start, but I'm more than confident that we're going to grow into this game.
Middlesbrough's 2 away games this season, both heavy defeats, 5-3 at Huddersfield in the Cup, 4-1 at Hull. As we mentioned at the start of the programme, only this second home game so far this season for Leeds. They've won their last 3 away from home, as well as that home game on the opening game day against Stockport. Here's Middlesbrough again with Tower, looking to slide one in towards Marshall. Smart across, making a clearance.
Yeah, I think Danby just lost possession in a bit of a dangerous area there. We just need to move that ball a little bit quicker, take less touches.
Leeds throw from the Middlesbrough throw. Harriet Jakeman will take, formerly of Bradford. Studied in the US of A at Newman College. Attacking full-back as Leeds are attacking. This is a chance here for Abby Brown, but the flag was raised over on that far side. For a moment, we thought we were in.
Yeah, I'm not sure how tight that was. It was a good little ball through from Laura Bartub there, and Abby with her pace, I'm sure, was relishing that chance, but fortunately, like you say, the flag went up.
It does look tight, even from that angle. I know
Yeah,
it's not exactly on the line, but you could see by Abby Brown's reaction, she wasn't convinced either. That will give Leeds a bit of confidence, though. First time they've looked to get forward. Misplaced pass there, but Middlesbrough will deliver the ball straight back into Leeds' possession.
Yeah, I think Abby Brown was the top goal scorer last season, so she'll be definitely looking to, you know, to do something similar this season, I'm sure.
Even back to hat-trick last season, Abby Brown against Merseyrail. You've got Laura Bartup coming back in, a former leading goal scorer with Leeds. There's plenty of goals in this Leeds lineup when you consider the signing of Jess Russo. It's Brown here, who will win Leeds their first corner of the afternoon.
Yeah, it was a good ball over the top there by Danielle Whittam. She's got that in a locker with her left foot. You can see the pitch seems to be holding that up a little bit, but good defending by Middlesbrough there.
Coming forward to take the corner, Olivia Smart, as the players start to gather inside the penalty area. The refreshment stand certainly do a roaring trade ahead of this game. The corner, first one for Leeds, sent in, cleared at the near post, will drop on the edge of the box. It looked for a moment as though Danny Whittam was going to volley one goal. Not sure if the other Leeds player just caught her eye slightly there and just took her away from what would have been a powerful effort towards goal.
Second corner.
Everyone back to where they were. Olivia Smart again towards the near post. Back towards Smart. Opportunity to deliver. This time it's low, but the flag had gone up. Smart had not retreated quick enough, meaning she was offside.
Yeah, I think with the corners, I think we need to be beating I was going to say the first man then, which would be very bad of me, but the first girl there, definitely need to see it more in the danger area because it was a little bit too easy to defend for Middlesbrough there.
Goal kick that Laura Wareham will take. It will go short. It's Tower delivering the ball back to Wareham. Bobble on the pitch, but still under control by Packham. Leeds winning it back through Rosu. Looking to use her pace and now her strength to try and win the ball. Eventually was just crowded out, too many players in the red shirts there.
She's got so much pace as Jess Russo, though. She's really hard to play against. The defenders will not enjoy that battle today, I'm sure.
Middlesbrough throw. Russo, who joined in January from Lincoln. She was the leading goal scorer there in 2 successive seasons. Scored 4 in 13 at the end of last season for Leeds as Turnbull comes forward for Middlesbrough. It's a chip ball and it would look like it was going to sneak in that far post. Eventually it's cleared. It will be a goal kick, much to the bemusement. In fact, the referee's assistant on this side said it was a corner. But again, that pace of Turnbull. And whether that was a cross or a shot, she will know. But ultimately, it wasn't far away at all.
I think it was a shot. But very, very cheeky. A very cheeky cross if it was, or shot, who knows. But yeah, my initial thought that it was a corner to Middlesbrough.
There wasn't too much support, which does make you think it was fully intentional. Really quick thinking as the corner is sent in high, and it's a header that is in, and it's Ellen Packham who has scored for Middlesbrough in space on this near side. The ball delivered high, and Packham just manoeuvred herself to make herself free for header, planted into the bottom corner, and it is the visitors who have the lead against the unbeaten Leeds side.
Yeah, I'm not sure who was marking her there, John. I think Leeds will be very disappointed with that. I mentioned just a few moments ago about not giving away silly corners. I don't think Harriet Jakeman could have done anything about it, in all fairness, but it was far too easy for she just walked forward essentially and headed it in. I don't think Carrie Simpson could have done a lot about that. But you know, with any goals that you concede, you take your learnings from it and don't repeat the same mistakes. But you know, this is where Leeds will wake up a little bit now. You know, I think Middlesbrough, I think everybody can agree, have had the better possession so far. But here we go now with Abby Brown.
Brown, as Leeds look to respond quickly. Russo putting the pressure on the Middlesbrough defence, and that's maybe unsettled them. It's Danby looking to the right for some support. Eventually uses the option that was provided by Whittam. Now it's Rosu. Still support on that right side. Bartup is inside the penalty area. There was joined by a late run from Danby. Now it's Jakeman. So Middlesbrough able to steal the ball from the Leeds fullback, and they're looking to come forward again. They've got the run of Eve Marshall. But in the way, sliding across was Izzy Elliott, clearing the ball.
Yeah, she did well then, Izzy Elliott. I think when Danby had the ball there, she was you know, looking for options and didn't seem to have one, and you know, maybe that's credit to Middlesbrough, but it did force her back a little bit. Different test of character then for Leeds. I don't think, and you can probably correct me
Bridie. I don't think they've gone behind this season so far, so it's a new feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, playing with these girls, I know exactly what they'll be thinking right now, and you will see a reaction. And straight away, we had a couple of chances, I suppose, just then. So, yeah, like I said, it will have definitely shaken them up a little bit. But yeah, we just need to make sure we don't concede another one now, because that will be a real stinger to this game.
Smith, first time ball to Brown. Danby looking for a ball down the middle. Rosu did think that had come off the hand. Thought maybe she just disguised that from the referee.
Yeah,
who wasn't
I thought so.
not looking directly at it, but not too many arguments from the Leeds players, including Jess Russo. Packham, the goal scorer. Bartup will pick up the loose ball. Smith, first time looking for the run of Brown. Wareham came and then stopped, and then was convincing in the collection.
Yeah, but that's better from Leeds. We're trying to play the ball forward, trying to create chances. So it's much better.
Bartup, really strong, keeping the ball into Brown. That's a brilliant first touch, which has opened up the chance, but Middlesbrough just got players in and around. It was Ellen Packham, decisive at one end with the header that got the goal, and really important challenge at the other end. It's left Brown in a heap. That was probably the best chance Leeds have carved out so far. Really good football, great first touch.
Yeah, it was a great first touch. It's kind of like in the air from Laura Bartup. Great little pass, and that touch just took her straight into the middle of those defenders there. But credit to the number 5 Packham. She got back just in time.
Good to see Abby Brown back on her feet. It's a chance on what is a boiling hot day for both sets of players to grab a drink, and from a Leeds perspective, caretaker manager Simon Wood will just pass on some instructions, some tactical advice, just to try and get Leeds back in this game. But it has been a positive reaction after going behind after 18 minutes to that Ellen Packham goal.
Yeah, definitely. There's still plenty of time in this game. It's 1-0. We know we can score goals, and that's the beauty that we've got with this team. And it's not just Jess Russo that can score. We know Laura Bartup can score. Abby Brown can score. Danby pops up every now and again. So does Olivia Smart, Danny Whittam. There's goals all over this team. So even at 1-0, I'm not concerned. Middlesbrough have, like I said, been the better team, but the quality in this team, I'm sure we'll give it a good go, and hopefully we can equalise soon.
I know you miss playing Bridie, but in temperatures like this, is this one you're maybe not missing as much as maybe some others?
Yeah, exactly. Much better being in an air-conditioned LUTV studio, that's for sure.
There's a hint of rain this morning, but that was dispersed. It's blue skies again, boiling hot temperatures.
Yeah, it does. It takes it out of you, this heat, even when you're not doing anything. So let alone playing football, it's not easy, and it'll be intense playing out there today, like I said, and especially with the crowd. Sometimes that takes a little bit of your energy with the the atmosphere and things like that. But hopefully the crowd can drive the girls on.
We will restart after Abby Brown receiving treatment. She's okay to carry on, and the Middlesbrough throw will be taken by Emma Wallace. Down the near touchline, flicked on by Marshall, but that will roll away for a Leeds United goal kick. Trail here, a 0-0. Ellie Packham with a header 18 minutes in. It's the goal that separates the two teams. Leeds coming into this one with a 100% record in League and Cup. Played for, won for. They are looking today to become the first team, men or women, to win 5 successive games at the start of the season since the men did it in 2009. Which kind of emphasises what a start it has been, even if they didn't get the 5th today. It's still an impressive run at any level of football to win 4 on the bounce.
Absolutely. Credit to Andrew Dalton, also known as Stats.
Yes, definitely.
For that stat this morning. So thank you ever so much if you are listening.
Bartup. Again, 3 Middlesbrough players around her, but it looked as though she was about to come away with the ball from all 3, but eventually the numbers did fall in Middlesbrough's favour. looked as though it had stayed in play. The referee's assistant didn't agree. I'm not quite sure all of the ball went over the line, and I think the Leeds bench is agreeing with us on that one.
I was just going to say, you can see with the reaction and the hands in the air that they definitely didn't agree with that.
It's a delightful swivel. Hands on hips, shake of the head, but Middlesbrough have the throw that Wallace will take. To Tower and then to Packham. Packham, one of the ex-Newcastle players who helped them to promotion from this league last season. Leeds finished the last campaign in 6th position, 35 points. Newcastle top and promoted with 56. That's the size of the task that is ahead of both these sides, because both will have eyes on the top end of that table, particularly Middlesbrough with some investment during the summer.
Yeah, it's such a difficult league to get out of with only one team going up, and the margin for error is so small. I think mathematically you can only drop a couple of points the whole season, and obviously we've got off to a great start so far.
Ball delivered in by Marshall above everybody inside the penalty area, and through and out for a goal kick. Middlesbrough finished last season in 10th. They were only 3 points off the final relegation spot. Hence that restructure, becoming part of the men's team. And next week, for the first ever time, the Middlesbrough women's side play at home at the Riverside Stadium, the men's first team stadium, for a home game against Stockport. Leeds winning the ball just inside their own half with Danby. The run on this near side has been made by Brown, and she's just got in front of that Middlesbrough back line. It's a teasing ball in. Bartup, the nearest Leeds player. That was good defending. Bartup eyeing up her first goal since her Leeds return.
Yeah, it was great play by Danby. And again, she's so patient, calm and collected. I say it every week on the ball, but she's just got, you know, the calm head just to look up and find a pass, and the execution was brilliant. Good run by Abby Brown, great ball into the box, and I'm pretty sure if that had have got to Laura Bartup, it would have been in the back of the net.
I'm probably going to jinx it. Between that front three of Brown, Rosu and Bartup, there is goals. There's got to be goals in this Leeds side this afternoon.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's another ball that's searching out. This time Emily Sykes, who had made the run forward.
You can see as well, John, we're a little bit higher up the pitch now, which is them, you know, it's forcing them into making maybe passes they don't want to make. And like I said, this is where mistakes can happen. You know, we've seen that they can concede and lose games this season, so there's no reason why we can't win this game today.
Good recovery there from Jakeman. Just looked as though that was going to drop over a shoulder and give Middlesbrough a chance, but stretching out a right leg, hooking the ball to safety. Here's Marshall.
Yeah, I think the first kind of 5-10 minutes, I think Robson on the left-hand side were getting the better of Harriet Jakeman, but definitely in certainly the last 10 minutes, Harriet Jakeman's done a great job, and you know we haven't seen, I don't think, any more crosses coming from that side. You know, she's done really well to get a body in the way and find a pass.
Harriet Jakeman, very much a fullback that wants to get forward. But, on this occasion, we'll have to do more defensive work at the moment as Sykes delivers the ball into Bartup. Laid on to Smith. Decided to go for a goal herself, and then an awkward bounce to see Wareham. Surely that was a corner.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper didn't agree, but she's palmed that one into the air, and clearly the ball over the line. But well worth an effort from Catherine Smith from range, but it nearly proved positive.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a tame shot, to be honest. You know, but I know Kath Smith can score those kind of goals, and that's why she continues to go for them, because you know she has scored some wonderful goals in these past couple of seasons, but quite poor from the goalkeeper then, I'd say. She'll have been disappointed to give a corner away there.
Abby Brown in the penalty area along with her teammates. The corner will be taken by Sarah Danby. Left-footed, that's a better delivery. Just beyond Bartup, will come through. Smith again. Well, we've already seen what she can do. That one was caught sweetly. Didn't trouble Wareham in the Middlesbrough goal, but some couple of decent efforts for Leeds, who are growing into this game.
I don't think it was too far away, but she's definitely in the mood, as you can see.
Middlesbrough in no rush to take the resulting goal kick. Eventually Laura Wareham Playing the ball out to Ellen Packham.
I think as well, Wareham spent a lot of last season injured, so I think she's probably still getting back up to full fitness. And I was saying at the start of the game, she's a good shot stopper, good goalkeeper, played against her quite a few seasons. So, that kind of, dropping of the ball then is very unlike her.
Smith just laying one over the top. Leeds looking for the corner, but it will be a goal kick. Much more of the last 10 or 15 minutes or so has been spent towards the goal that Wareham is monitoring. Got another chance to take the goal kick here. Again, it's short. Middlesbrough look to build from the back. Just see behind that goal a few of the youngsters in red shirts. Middlesbrough fans have travelled towards Garforth Town to cheer on their side. Simpson will watch that one drop nicely into a penalty area.
Yeah, we've seen them go along quite a few times over the past kind of 5-10 minutes, and Carrie Simpson's just been able to just pick them up. So, and this is what's happening with forcing them to do that, because we are pressing a little bit higher up the pitch.
Leeds almost returning the favour, going long from one goalkeeper pretty much to the other. Laura Wareham. Bartup will close down just to make sure that Wareham picks the ball up and starts again. Again, they will look to build from the back, rolling the ball out to Packham. Byrne came short, but again it's gone long, and I have to rethink this one, because it's that 3-4 times on the spin, it's just gone straight through to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think, like I said, in the first 5 or 10 minutes, they were playing really good football, working together. They were playing in triangles and keeping possession really well. But, like I said, that's probably credit to Leeds United on how they've changed their game a little bit since going 1-0 down.
Smith winning the ball, trying to just lay one over the top towards Bartup. Didn't quite catch it as she would have liked, and chance for Middlesbrough to come forward. As quick as the team in red had possession, lost it again. This is Robson having to be forced all the way back towards her own half by Izzy Elliott. And then the pass to the far side towards Marshall drops out of play. Leeds throw well into the final 15 minutes of normal time here. Leeds trailing, but looking for that equaliser and starting to look strong. Smith seeing much more of the ball, although maybe didn't quite get the ball on that occasion. Sliding into the challenge, free kick for Middlesbrough. It was Millie Bell left on the ground.
I don't know what you're talking about, John. I thought she got the whole ball there.
Maybe a toe, just a toenail. Not too many complaints. Leeds have to head back to defend a Middlesbrough set piece. That was where the goal came from a corner. What can Middlesbrough do from a free kick? It's a high delivery. It's flicked on by the goal scorer Packham and collected by goalkeeper Carrie Simpson.
Again, they were the first two that I want to see a Leeds United player attacking that ball and been the first player to head that out and clear the lines. I'm being super critical, by the way, just because as a former centre-half, I'd be relishing those free kicks into the box.
Space here if Jacob could get there. Not quite. The ball didn't hold up enough, but Leeds do have a throw-in rather on that far side. You'll see there Sarah Danby turning to the debutant, new first start for Emily Sykes, and just giving her a round of applause. She has kind of grown into this game, as Leeds have really, Bridie.
Yeah, they have, definitely. I think they've been the better team in the last 10-15 minutes.
And working their way down this near side touchline. This is Sykes, who will look to take the throw. Bartup was left by Brown, who will now pick up possession, looking for the free kick, not given.
Yeah, it just felt a little bit too tight. I think Laura Bartup and Abby Brown a little bit too close together there.
Sykes winning the challenge against Marshall. Alongside her was Whittam. Nice turn by Danby. And has been able to carry the ball some distance here before finding Brown. Danby still an option. Brown going on the outside. It's a decent tackle and it's going to stay in play. Challenge was from Wallace and she's supported by Turnbull.
Yeah, I don't think Abby Brown seemed happy with that, but I thought it was quite a good tackle by the centre-half there.
Danby again winning the ball briefly. Here's Smith. Leeds in the ascendancy. Jakeman making the run on the outside, the ball going through. Brown wouldn't be able to keep that one in play. Drops out for a goal kick, 10 minutes of normal time remaining.
Yeah, I don't know about you, John, but when Sarah Danby was running forward with the ball there in my head, I'm going, shoot. And we could just see the goal there, and I was like, shoot, Sarah Danby. But she's very unselfish and decided to play that ball to Abby Brown.
Experienced midfielder in that Leeds midfield, formerly with Sunderland. So this will mean a bit if you could have grabbed a goal against Middlesbrough. Played in the FA Cup final for Sunderland. She made her WSL debut at the age of 15.
She gave me a stat the other day and she said, Bridie, now you're not playing this season, I'm now the oldest in the team. I'm not sure she's happy with that. I was going to say,
did she say that with a smile or with a grimace?
With a grimace.
Here she is again, cool and composed on the ball. Into Sykes. Didn't really have the option going down the line, Sykes, and she's been dispossessed by Turnbull. Control has meant that Leeds can come forward. Scott was caught late. Referee giving the free kick, not seeing the advantage.
Yeah, she likes to get forward, Olivia Smart, as I say. From a left-back position, normally she's running down the flanks, but as a centre-half, she's got to be a little bit more disciplined, but every now and again you will see her doing that. And Sarah Danby, to be fair to her, normally kind of sits in for her. And again, you know, as I say it week in, week out, but very, very intelligent player.
Smart, after winning the free kick, will take it short to Sykes. All the way across the back four, this is Jakeman. Now Danby. That someone would be on that left side. It's Smart who's made up the ground. It's a cross that's in at the near post. Bartup got there first. Wareham was not quick enough, but Bartup really could only get a touch. She couldn't really do much more than that. So still making her presence felt inside the penalty area.
Yeah, another good ball by Danby, and yeah, not a bad cross by Olivia Smart there. I thought she was potentially going to go down then and maybe get a cheeky penalty, but wasn't meant to be.
Real promising signs from Leeds as this half starts to draw to a close. Still enough time to try and grab an equaliser, though. They've clearly deserved it after going behind. Wareham pointing forward, but there isn't really a route forward, and Leeds have won it due to that press from Brown. This is Bartup. Smith on the edge of the area. And then the shot coming in from Rosu, and it's just wide. Well, it opened up there. Leeds with so many players forward. The press really working with Middlesbrough defenders put under pressure. And then Jess Rosu arriving late and firing goalwards, the leading scorer, not quite on the mark this time.
And this is exactly what I was saying about the high press. Teams can't cope with it. When you've got the pace that we've got, you know, up top, it does force them into mistakes and playing passes into dangerous areas. And I thought Jess did really well to get a shot off there. There wasn't much of a backlift from what I could see. She moved it from one foot to the other and did really well just to scoop out a shot there. But yeah, she was unlucky.
5 goals in 4 games and looking to keep that run going. 2 in the week in that 3-1 win at York.
Again, Danby with the press. The hunting in packs, you can see. It's much, much better.
Sykes with the throw, Bartup. Leeds have got the numerical advantage. It's Marshall, the only Middlesbrough player close to the ball, as Simpson delivers it back to Smart down the line for Sykes. Takes it well on the turn. This is Marshall, more forward on this attack for Middlesbrough, but Marshall's efforts comfortably dealt with by Carrie Simpson.
And breathe, Bridie Hannon, and breathe. Yeah, she's a good player, is Eve Marshall. She did have a short spell at Leeds United, but yeah, very much a northeast kind of player, and been at Middlesbrough a while.
Middlesbrough fan as well, so she said it's a dream if she plays next weekend in that game at the Riverside Stadium against Stockport. It's a wonderful ball, threaded through 3 Middlesbrough players. Bart up for Leeds. Smart. Tricks away beyond Turnbull. Sykes. Bartup is in field. In space. Brown was looking for the pass, was pointing where she wanted it. Bartup on her own decided to have the shot herself, just over the top of the bar. Abby Brown on this near side. Still looking for the pass that didn't quite come her way, but Laura Bartup back in the side and wanting to grab herself a goal on her return.
Yeah, I can see Abby's frustration there. She did make a good little run and the ball needed to be threaded through to her a little bit quicker, but as soon as Laura tried to get it onto her right, you know, the angle closed down then. But like you say, I could understand why she's had a shot from there. And it goes down as another chance.
Almost a half of 2 halves. Middlesbrough the better of the first half of this first period, but after they've scored, it's been all Leeds without finding the goal that they've deserved in the game. Drops head of play, far side.
Pitch looks a little bit patchy, doesn't it, Johnny?
Yeah, certainly through the middle. Replacement ball has been called for. That one's over the fence, although there is someone has snuck through the gate to go and retrieve it. That'll either be a bit of memorabilia from the day, or he'll do the sporting thing and give it back. Middlesbrough working the way down their far touchline. Jane Harland will take this throw. One of the former Newcastle players, the defender. Kept in play by Robson, stopped by Russo.
Yeah, we just need to keep it tight here, last few minutes. Obviously it'd be nice to get an equaliser, but what we don't want to do is concede this close to half time.
Harland again. Brown using the option of Sykes, who chips the ball down this near touchline. Bambi on the chase. Will keep Wallace under pressure. Now Burnt. Turnbull. Headed by Marshall. Won't find the run of Fran Wild. And it's through again to Simpson.
Good football by Middlesbrough there. They did really well to find their way out of that, because Leeds were trying to win the ball back, but credit to Middlesbrough there. It was good football.
Russo bringing the ball down. Jakeman looking for the run of Smith, breaking from midfield. Packham across. That's the Middlesbrough goal scorer, clearing the ball for a Leeds throw. What a boost it would be if Leeds could get that goal just before the break. Perfect time to grab one. The ball over the fence.
Danby showing a little bit of frustration. Where's the ball? Let's get the ball back. She's desperate for the game to restart as quick as possible. I think because she knows her team are on top at the moment.
There's a good tempo at the moment about Leeds as well. They want to keep this on. Harriet Jakeman has retrieved the loose ball. Options coming her way, including Whittam. Jakeman between 2 Middlesbrough defenders, couldn't quite get past the third.
Like you said, Harriet Jakeman, she loves to get forward, but the only problem is with losing the ball there is that, you know, you're out of position quite a long way back as well.
That's a brilliant ball by Whittam, out to Brown for Leeds. Abby Brown just wanted to get it onto her right foot, and that allowed Emma Wallace to make the challenge, but it's not quite clear yet, and still a chance for Leeds to keep it close to that Middlesbrough penalty area. Turnbull over the head of Smart, but out of play for a Leeds throw. This left side is definitely the outlet for Leeds. The early balls as well has certainly proved vital. On that occasion it was Whittam, but Danby has done that. Almost doesn't need to look up, just put it on that left side and Abby Brown will be there somewhere. Here's Brown again, has just got the right side of Wallace.
She just needs a little bit of support there.
The mix-up between defender and goalkeeper. It's Harland, I think, he would come across and barged into goalkeeper Wareham.
Yeah, I think Abby didn't really seem to have anybody around her there. You can see Jess just trying to get in on that back post, but the cross was obviously towards the near post there, so in the end it didn't come to anything. But yeah, just that final ball, final pass. But possession-wise and performance-wise has been much, much better.
Another break in play. Leeds have got Harriet Jakeman, I think it is, who's down inside the centre circle receiving treatment. Chance for both sides to come and get some water on board. From a Leeds perspective, caretaker manager Simon Wood will be just giving the message, keep what you're doing at the moment before they come in at half-time.
Yeah, I can't see us making any changes at half-time. I think we'll probably see how we get on in the first 5-10 minutes, because, as I say, against York, I think it was in the next 10 minutes, I think we scored 2 goals early on in the second half. So I think, you know, it'll be much more of the same, and hopefully we can get an early goal.
At the moment, the only concern is for Harriet Jakeman. No signs that they need to make the change. There is that option just to get through the next few minutes and then reassess at the break should they need to.
She's a tough cookie, I'm sure she'll be fine. Although she's normally the one doing tackles on other people. I think when she was at Bradford City, I think she was a centre midfield then, so she's helping us out at right back at the moment. But yeah, she's a strong tackling player. We normally see Leeds United players hobbling off on the back of her challenges, but unfortunately she's not moving very well there.
Eventually we can restart. Referee Joshua Brayshaw. Will be an uncontested drop ball inside the penalty area. It's Laura Wareham can take the ball from, as Leeds wait for the return of Harriet Jakeman. We're into added time at the end of the first half. Laura Wareham and Laura Bartup able to exchange a joke as play reconvenes. And there is half-time, and Leeds, with that 100% record in League and Cup coming into this one, are behind at the break. The goal coming on 18 minutes, a header from Ellen Packham separating the sides. Middlesbrough did start the half brightly, but Leeds certainly ended it on top, and unfortunate not to go in level at the break. Bridie, what do you make of the assessment, your assessment of that first half for Leeds?
Well, I said at the start of the game, it's going to be a tough game, and it's going to be a different type of challenge, and now it is, because like what you alluded to, it's the first time we've been trailing this year, so it'll be a good test of character going into the second half. I don't think we've got anything to worry about at this stage. I think we've talked about the goals and where we believe that they can come from. So yeah, I just think much more of the same. I think it's the girls have reacted really well since going 1-0 down. So I don't think there's a lot to say at half time. Everyone knows what's at stake today. And ultimately we want those 3 points.
We talked about that front three, and that's where it's clearly going to come for Leeds. Brown, Bartup and Russo. Brown in particular, probably the standout player for Leeds in that first half.
Yeah, she's so dangerous on that left-hand side, but I think the Middlesbrough defence have done really well. They've put in some really good blocks, good slide tackles, so credit to them. But yeah, hopefully she'll bag a goal today.
Keep with us here on LUTV. Second half is coming up live from Garforth. The half-time score here: Leeds United 0, Middlesbrough 1. Well, welcome back. The Leeds players are returning to the field. Most of the Middlesbrough players already on the pitch as we're about to start the second half live here on LUTV. It's the Leeds women against Middlesbrough women this afternoon. Leeds trailing 1-0 at the break. The goal coming on 18 minutes. A header from Ellen Packham is all that separates the side. Middlesbrough started the game strongly, but Leeds certainly ended that first half in the ascendancy. Not quite able, though, to get the equalising goal. A couple of shots from range from Kath Smith. We also saw Jess Russo. 5 goals in 4 games this season with an effort that wasn't too far off. And last to join the Leeds huddle is Carrie Simpson, the goalkeeper, who could do very little with the goal that was conceded. Bridie alongside with the Leeds players after having the team talk, having another one of their own here just to, I suppose, G each other up and make sure they start this second half as well as they ended the first.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of positive language used in that huddle there, because I think, you know, the girls should be proud of how they reacted after going 1-0 down. But like what I said, it'll be much of the same. Hopefully we'll get off to a great start like what we did against York. We do tend to start the second half very well, so I really hope to God I'm not eating my words after that.
Well, in April of this year, the two sides met at Middlesbrough. Leeds were 2 down at half-time in that game, but came back to draw the game 2-2. Goals from Smith and Williams in the game last season. A Tadcaster, the home game, that was a 2-0 win. Laura Bartup and Sarah Danby, the goal scorers, both on the field as we are about to get underway for the second half. Joshua Brayshaw is our referee, checking on both sides before we are able to get underway. Really healthy crowd here at Garforth as well this afternoon for this National League Division 1 North game. Leeds starting the game with that 3 from 3 in the league, top of the table, joint with Barnsley and Hull. Barnsley just edging it on goal difference, but Leeds, if they could get the 2 goals in this second half, will end the weekend still on joint top spot at the very least, and we'll be continuing that really good start to the season. Middlesbrough with just the 1 league win so far in this campaign. That came in the week when they won 1-0 at home to Durham Sestria, and this is Leeds' second home league game of the season. We are back underway, and it is Leeds looking for that elusive equaliser. They certainly came close towards the end of that first half to finding it. Catherine Smith just hooking the ball out to Jess Russo. Early ball down the right channel for Laura Bartup to chase on to. Did get a touch, but he's carried the ball over the line. That's a throw to Middlesbrough. From the first 30 seconds or so, Bridie, no change in the way Leeds are playing, as we expected. Yeah,
exactly. I didn't expect them to make any changes at half-time, but I think we'll probably give it maybe 15 minutes before we start to see some fresh legs coming on, because like what we said, it'll be very hot out there today.
Jess Russo making her way forward, which could be danger for the Middlesbrough defence. 5 in 4 games and looking to make it 6 in 5 as she made her way forward. And well, Middlesbrough will be aware of her threat, but just seemed to keep backing off on that occasion.
Yeah, I think she took too many touches there. I think it was there she needed to shoot, and then tried to pull it back onto her right, but good cover by the number 6 there. Towers it was that ended up blocking the shot in the end.
Jess Russo coming into this game as the joint top scorer in the league. Hull have got Helen Linksey and Hope Knight both on the same number of goals coming into this round of matches. Bartup makes her way down the far side, switching from right to left early in this second half and winning her side a throw by the corner flag. For a moment looked like Sykes might take a longer throw. Has gone into Bartup, holding the ball up on the edge of the box. Won back by Whittam, but out of play for a Middlesbrough goal kick. These two sides will meet again in the North East in January, 14th of January, the return fixture. Leeds are at home again next week to Durham Sestera. Here at Garforth, the Bannister Pretties Stadium. It's not the best of touches from Sykes, and that has allowed Turnbull to get in and gone around the goalkeeper, but covering brilliantly was Izzy Elliott. Well, that was a nervous moment at the start of the second half for that Leeds defence. And Middlesbrough nearly doubled their advantage against the run of play.
Yeah, it was not one that she would have, wanted to do back there in such a dangerous position. I don't think the pitch probably helped her, but, defensively, Izzy Elliott got back really well then just to cover. And it's all about this, it's all a learning curve, John, like what we were talking about. She's young, it's her first start. We've all made those kind of mistakes before, including me.
Sarah Danby's done really well here. She started the move, spread the ball out to the left. She's carried on her run. It's her cross that Smith is looking for a handball, and he's very fiercely looking for a handball. This was the Turnbull chance. Looked as though she'd done it all, but at the last minute, that heavy touch just allowed the interception from Elliott.
Yeah, I think just watching that replay there, I think Carrie did really well to come out and make herself big, and I think that's what made the striker decide to take that extra touch and trying to walk it round her. But all that did is just allow the Leeds defence to get back. So thankfully, we didn't concede again, but we're in a good position now. I did think that might have been a little penalty there, but
yeah, it's a big shout.
Yeah, hopefully we can get something now.
Sarah Danby, influential in that Leeds midfield, will take the corner, the first of the second half. Left-footed, guiding into that near post. Briefly away, but Leeds will win it again here. Jakeman. Through to Wareham. Bartup trying to make that diagonal run to give the option to the Leeds defender. It's been a lively first 4.5 minutes of this game.
It has, I'm exhausted.
Penalty claim for Leeds, big chance for Middlesbrough. The header for Smart. Smith. Russo. Giving that one up, even after she'd lost possession. Didn't want Middlesbrough to come forward with it. Good sliding challenge.
I think that's what I love about Jess Russo is, the goals is one thing, as you've mentioned a few times, John, but her work rate is just outstanding. And if she loses the ball, she'll do her very best to try and win it back.
Free kick there, and it's sent forward by Marshall. It's Turnbull on the chase. She's got the right side of Sykes, but that was an awkward finish, and then she did get to the loose ball, and that needed Simpson to be in the way. And it's still with Turnbull. And it's a decent ball in, but it's across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. Well, Carrie Simpson's been busy in the opening few minutes of this second half. Had to be alert there to make the save.
Yeah, I think Sykes just got the wrong side of the player there, but she is quite pacey and almost gave away a free kick just at the edge there. So we just got away with that. Good save by Carrie Simpson, though.
Burns header forward. Nearly came to Marshall. Will come to Marshall now. Challenge from Elliott. And now Turnbull, who has been lively in the opening stages of the second period and wins herself, her side, a corner. She's the one to watch so far in the second half. She'll be disappointed she's not at least scored one goal so far.
Yeah, it was good cover again by Danny Whittam. And, the girls are putting the bodies on the line, but it just look a little bit out of shape at the moment. Yeah, that's not really where we want to be seeing Danielle Whittam. We want her much further up the pitch.
Leeds had their first corner of the half a few moments ago. Now it's time for Middlesbrough, who got their goal from a corner in the first half. It was Packham with that goal, and this time she hits the bar and it loops away to safety. Well, the danger was certainly noted in the first half when she scored from that position. Again, she's good, really good movement, got herself into a good position, and a header that thumps the bar.
Yeah, it was good movement, but again, it's something that we must work on because, every time they have a corner, they're the first to it every single time. So we were lucky that the crossbar saved us then.
Russo is up against Haaland.
She was looking around, looking for some support, then it didn't seem to come, so it's forced us all the way back to the halfway line.
Turnbull has got away from Sykes. Marshall on the run, dealt with by Elliott. There was a fortunate touch back off Eve Marshall before it's rolled back to Carrie Simpson. Now it's Olivia Smart for Leeds. Ball for deflecting off the lively Ellen Turnbull. Joined from Durham Cesteria. 5 goals in 24 appearances last season for Durham, another former Newcastle player as well. She was signing number 11 of the 13 that came in during the summer and under the guidance of new head coach Michael Mulhern, formerly with Sunderland. He's been in the men's game, North East, lower leagues and non-league. Another opportunity here for Middlesbrough. It's Robson who is tussling with Jakeman.
Yeah, I think the initial mistake from Jakeman then, but again, she did well to win it back.
Here's Robson. Come through a crowd of bodies inside that penalty area. Sykes is up against Turnbull again. Good feet by Turnbull. And the pass not quite as accurate as she would have wanted, and this has fallen for Abby Brown. Early ball in field to Whittam. Brown wanting it back and will use her pace on that left-hand side. Covering was Abby Tower. Well, she's not dealt with that danger, and it's back with Brown again. Good skill. Free kick will be given. I think the referee was hoping for an advantage, but it just wasn't there in the end. Leeds compact the box here.
Yeah, it's a really good position. Thought the defender should have dealt with that a little bit better, but you know, she was under a lot of pressure by Abby Brown there. So again, this is what that pressure does. Forces them to make mistakes. We've got a good chance now to equalise.
Free kick on the Leeds left-hand side. Late move into the area from Izzy Elliott. Sarah Danby is over the ball. Ellen Turnbull is the Middlesbrough wall. Danby's delivery is high into the 6-yard area. It's headed clear before Wareham, the goalkeeper, could get there. Smith, who's already had a few efforts from range. That one charged down. Now it's Russo onto her left foot. Pulled back out to the edge of the area. Whittam shot over the bar. First chance of the second half for Leeds United, coming 10 minutes in. And they were patient for that chance to come after it was initially cleared away. They kept moving the ball around, and eventually the shot coming in from Danny Whittam.
Yeah, Kath Smith did well to keep that alive then, and obviously it fell to Jess. And again, I just thought she was trying to find the opening and couldn't quite find the shot, and unselfishly played it to Danny Whittam, but not good for Leeds. It was over the bar.
4 goals last season for Danny Whittam, former Blackburn, Bradford and Huddersfield midfielder. And did have the short option. Packham, who was racing back towards her. Leeds just questioning. I'm right to question the time wasting that was taking place there. Next, a yellow card, the first of the afternoon, goes to Laura Wareham.
We've seen a few of those this season so far, haven't we? Even in the men's Premier League. But yeah, we've seen a few. I think we've had a couple this season already for that.
Bartlett will chase the ball, but Wareham will be the favourite to claim. This time she waves away her fellow defenders before firing the ball upfield. Flicked on by Eve Marshall. Jakeman. Russo certainly won't let Jane Harland rest here and will continue to close down, and that wins Leeds a throw. Bartlett back to Jakeman. Jakeman was expecting Whittam maybe to make the run down the right, although maybe she'd spotted that diagonal run of Smith to give her the option. Either way, Middlesbrough have cleared. Oh, good bounce on that ball that was played by Bell, meaning that Leeds have possession again with Emily Sykes. Out to Danby. Touched away, touched to safety by Sarah Byrne. Leeds throw, keeping the pressure on this goal.
Seems to be nobody there in the box there, didn't there?
Smart is first to the Middlesbrough clearance, pinged down the line but returned. Both teams claiming the throw. It goes the way of the team in red that are currently leading by a goal to nil. That was the scoreline in their midweek win against Durham Sistera. Leeds have scored in every one of their 4 games this season. In fact, they've scored 2 or more in each of their games. 4 against Leek, 3 against Doncaster and York, and it was 2 on the opening game of the season here against Stockport, when it was Danny Whiteman and Jess Russo who got the goals.
Yeah, I think we have had a few kind of half chances today, John, but I don't recall a real out-and-out kind of, chance really to equalise, I think. And it's things like, that kind of pass that we've just seen there. We've seen quite a few early in this second half where it's just that final pass. It's almost like we're putting it into spaces and expecting a Leeds player, to kind of run onto it. But I just feel like we need to be a little bit more intelligent with the ball and make sure we find a white.
Middlesbrough again in no rush with the ball out of play. It's a throw that they've got. Turnbull. He's away from Sykes. Eve Graham on the edge of the area.
I thought that was the wrong ball there.
Yeah.
I think Eve Marshall was screaming for the ball there. Acres of space.
Whittam won the ball, then was fouled. Free kick taken quickly. Danby to Smith. Again, it's an early ball, and that's what might catch Middlesbrough out. Russo on the chase. Support starting to arrive. Jess Russo. So often the goal scorer this season. Can she become creator as she sets one up to the far post? A clearing header, but it's still in play with Abby Brown. Now it's Bartup. Now Brown. In the end, just crowded out. So many Middlesbrough players back, and maybe not enough Leeds players in there to give her an option and support. Smith was on the edge of the area, but wasn't really a ball that could be played.
No, I think it was on Abby Brown's right foot there. Obviously, she's favoured with her left foot, so it didn't quite fall right to her there.
She could be in again here, Brown. Russo hanging back. Couldn't quite make up the ground, and it's whacked away by Packham. This was the first chance. Russo with the ball in. Middlesbrough looking for the foul, but between Brown and Bartup, they kept the move alive. However, at the other end, Turnbull was in behind. That was, in fact, their chance, the earlier chance that really should have been played to Eve Marshall. Got another pause in play. Quite sure why the physio has needed to come on. Everyone's on their feet. It's an adjustment of a bit of strapping. Because of that, Middlesbrough going to be down to 10 briefly because Millie Bell will have to go off the field after receiving treatment. Strange. Smart. Would sit up nicely for Smith. Caught it first time. Maybe not as sweet as she would have liked. Wasn't too far off, but not near enough to trouble Laura Wareham.
I think sometimes Kath Smith gets a little rush of blood to the head in those positions.
Russo. Bartup is in the middle of the penalty area. Russo making the angle for the cross. Cleared away by Packham. Middlesbrough forced into all the defensive work at the moment. Jakeman for Leeds. Will be a throw.
Yeah, I think it was just the wrong type of cross then by Russo, because Laura was waiting in the middle. It just needed a bit more height. Well, a lot more height, should I say.
Smith nearly knocked that header into the path of Russo. It will be another Leeds throw, pretty much from the same place as the previous one. Whittam has come across to this near side, so too Russo and Bartup. This is Whittam taking the ball well. Ball in from Russo. Hanging up for Brown, who got the shot in just wide. Drifting in from that left wing position and catching it as it was dropping from the sky, and that was just beyond the post that Wareham was watching.
Yeah, I think Jess Russo heard me then saying I want some more height on those crosses, and it was a fantastic cross, and Abby Brown was unlucky there.
Goal kick nearly went straight back to Russo. Jakeman's throw. Russo could be in here. Needs some more support arriving though. Trying to do it herself for the moment. Ball staying in play. Good ball into Jakeman. Just couldn't quite take it in her stride and keep on her feet. Middlesbrough clearance will come straight back into Leeds possession, and here come the team in white again. Danby. Brown down the line. Middlesbrough throw. After some intense pressure on that goal to our right from the Leeds attack. But still, as you mentioned, Bridie, no clear-cut opportunities. That effort from Brown, probably the best Leeds have had in the second half.
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, we are playing, better. We're playing more in their half. But we just need to be a little bit more clinical with our final pass and our final shot. I think Gav Smith, as you've said, has had a couple of snapshots, but not really tested the keeper. I'm not sure Laura Wareham's had many real saves to make. It's a little bit too easy at the moment. Carrie Simpson, on the other hand, has had a few more difficult saves to make.
The untrusty right foot of Abby Brown on that occasion with the effort. It became a trusty outlet for Leeds. Here's Smith. Tried to drag back and after losing possession, won it and won it again. Smart. Brown might get there. She's certainly got the pace, and she will win Leeds a corner.
It's a great ball by Olivia Smart, that. Great for Abby Brown to run onto, and no defender will want to be chasing Abby Brown. Just split the defenders there. It was a great ball.
As we mentioned in the first half, Abby Brown, last season's Leeds leading goal scorer. As Danby floats a corner invitingly close to the goal line. The nearest player, I think, was Izzy Elliott at that near post. Couldn't get a decisive touch, but it is a Leeds throw. Pressure remains. Still looking for that equalising goal. Jakeman's ball towards Bartup, had gone with the feet rather than the head. Now Danby has delivered some really good balls throughout the afternoon. On that occasion, she's charged down as she delivers the cross in. Middlesbrough can clear off the back of the referee, who will have to halt play due to his intervention. Another inch higher, and that would have been off the back of his head, which might have been slightly more painful.
Yeah, it was a good ball in by Danby, and it was in that territory where keepers are not sure whether to come for it or whether to stick on the line, but again, unfortunately, Leeds didn't get ahead to that.
Wallace. Smart, coolly defending that danger. Up to Brown. Wallace there first, off Sykes. Comes into the middle of the field. Now it's Byrne. Byrne again, gets away from Danby. Nearly broke for Turnbull. Good defending again. Middlesbrough look dangerous when they do come forward. The likes of Marshall and Turnbull in particular got themselves a throw here on this left-hand side. Haaland will take. Turn by Turnbull. There's enough Leeds defenders to deal with the danger. Jakeman confident that will be a Leeds throw as it drops out of play. It's a throw that came into play and straight back out, meaning that Middlesbrough now have a throw slightly further up the field. There's also a chance midway through this second half to grab a drinks break for both teams in this blistering heat that we've been enjoying or suffering, depending on your preference. You must think, again, because of the heat and midway through the second half, Bridie, whether either of the team's managers will be considering changes just to try and freshen things up.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm looking at the bench. Obviously, I think it's getting to that point in the game where, the girls will be starting to tire a little bit now. And I'd like to see kind of Leonie Price come on just to shore up that midfield. I want to see Danby and Danny Whittam just move a little bit further up the field because I know that they are dangerous when they get there, but they're doing really well defensively. Obviously, it'd be nice to see Rebecca Bass getting a few minutes. You generally hear her on the sideline shouting the orders. You can normally hear her before you can see her. But I know that she'll want to get a couple of minutes today.
Former Middlesbrough player as well, so she'll want to get one over on her former side.
Absolutely.
Just looking back at one of the Leeds chances from the second half, that was the link up between Brown and Bartup. This was the best chance Leeds have carved out. Abby Brown with the right foot volley. It was narrowly wide. Feel like a Leeds equaliser will involve Abby Brown in some form.
Hopefully in the next few minutes so we can start to relax a bit more. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous now going into the last 20 minutes of the game.
Throw that can eventually be taken after that drinks break. Jane Harland will take. Not the same spelling as the Manchester City striker, different nationality as well. Other than that, all the same. Options coming close towards it. It's a high boot by Jakeman on her opposite number 12, Eve Marshall, but referee taking much notice of that as the header comes infield. Whittam is there first. Robson opened up for the shot, was trying to curl one towards the goal, but in the end has caught it with the outside of the boot and it's curled away from the goal.
She was passing to the photographer there.
He didn't even bother taking a picture of that one.
You were too busy heading it. Yeah, it did open up for her nicely, but the Leeds players will have been happy to see that way wide.
Should we point out, Lauren Robson wearing 10 and obviously Danny Whittam of Leeds. Proper black boots. You don't see many of them these days. Russo. Nicely played into the chest of Bartup. We know that Brown will be waiting. Header that will come back to Bartup might fall in her favour from a Middlesbrough defender, but a shot that is off target where I'm happy to let that one roll wide. It's got the Leeds fans clapping and cheering as they continue to look for this equaliser.
Yeah, she took it really nice on her chest there, and I thought just there she was going to do the chip with her left foot, but the defence did well there.
Three options down the touchline. Another Leeds throw.
4 defenders on 2 Leeds players there.
That's left some space for Russo. Now Smith.
Again, it's the final ball. I think towards the left-hand side. I think Abby was free then. I think that may have been the better option there with that space that we were just talking about. The Middlesbrough players had vacated out from.
Middlesbrough not committing too many players forward, so long balls like that are comfortable for the Leeds defence so far. Here's Bell. Sykes has the time to bring that one down. Pass doesn't find Brown. It's intercepted by Wallace. Now it's Turnbull. It's a 1-2. It's Wallace again. Got Marshall breaking forward in the penalty area, controlled by Jakeman. Very cool in the end in possession. Nice 1-2 with Smith, and absolutely no panic there at all from Leeds as it's then sent forward. Russo will chase, and she won't give this one up. In fact, it's going to stay in play, is it? She'll let it drop out for a throw. Quickly taken. Whittam. Giving everything for the team, including one right in the side of the face there.
I've just had flashbacks. Similar thing happened, I think, against Arsenal. Leah Williamson, I think, hit one of our players. I'm not sure if it was her or Kath Hamill. I think it was Danny Whittam then. Taking one for the team.
Definitely. And you know she's going to be okay as well.
Absolutely, yeah, she will be. I think Emily Sykes, just going back to a moment ago, you know, she did really well to take it down, really composed to drive out of that defence, and then it was just the pass that obviously got intercepted. And I think it's just that experience, you know, you've done the hard bit, now just, you know, give it quite simple and keep your shape and keep your position. But again, you know, she'll be learning from this experience today. I'm sure she's enjoyed her performance, and I'm sure she's enjoyed the game.
Middlesbrough change has seen the introduction of Umo Donzo, who has joined just after the season had started from Durham. She was the final signing. She was signing number 13, born in New York, but has played most of her football in and around the northeast. She did score within 3 minutes of her debut. That was as a substitute. That was in the cup game. It was a 5-3 defeat to Huddersfield. She's on to give Middlesbrough some potential firepower to try and get the second goal and to make it more comfortable for the visitors. However, Leeds have been on top again in this second half, still looking for the equaliser though. They may be considering some changes. Player replaced was Eve Marshall. At the other end, Danny Whittam back on her feet. She can now see 22 Middlesbrough players, but she's now back on her feet.
She's got a smile on her face at least. She's probably thinking, why is it always me?
Drop ball taken. Whittam waiting for the nod. She's back on the field. Bartlett will close down goalkeeper Laura Wareham. Field from Robson, straight to Whittam. This will be a test of her vision. Well, it's clearly spot on. Brown, though, couldn't stretch to bring the ball under control, nor could she sprint hard enough to keep the ball in play.
That's unlucky, because Abby had quite a bit of space then, looking at that, and she would have loved to have drive at the right back there. But good spot by Danny Whittam, but just the execution just had a little bit too much on it.
Well, we'll break here for Fran Wild. Well, she's beaten by Whittam. Leeds have got themselves a decision here. I'm
not sure if that's a free kick.
As Whittam played the ball, there was a nudge from the newcomer Donzo.
Yeah, she won the free kick.
Taken quickly. Danny Whittam still adjusting her hair as she received that one, but good multitasking. Another free kick. Well, Donzo's clearly made an impression. Her first two touches were to give free kicks away.
Yeah, I think Izzy Elliott just got Olivia Smart in a bit of trouble there. Didn't seem to have a lot on the pass, didn't fizz it into her, so it gave Olivia Smart a bit of work to do, but she used her experience there just to win a free kick.
Free kick taken direct, looking for Brown. Just won't be able to keep the ball in play. Goal kick to Middlesbrough. Well into the final 15 minutes now of normal time.
She hurt herself, the Middlesbrough player there, didn't she? Serves you right.
It does a bit. Donzo for the first time with the ball at her feet rather than giving fouls away. Well, it might prove fruitful for the substitute. There was a heavy touch, but she still got there first, and then it was missed by Jakeman. But fortunately, Turnbull's run was well beyond the ball, and it's Whittam mopping up for Leeds, receiving the ball back from Smith. Ball had already dropped out of play, so it will be a Middlesbrough throw.
And Emily Sykes is really high up the pitch there, leaving Danby to do a little bit of work back there, and Olivia Smart to cover across. I'm not sure what Harriet Jakeman were doing there. I think she meant to do that. Put the Middlesbrough players off.
Certainly the fresh legs of Donzo nearly proving to be vital there. The way she raced away from the Leeds defence.
Yeah, she looks like she's got good pace, and she's not afraid to throw her weight around as well.
Jakeman's throw. Danby will come away with the ball. Smith early to Bartok. Brown waiting for the pass, and then maybe just got caught on her heels as it was sent in her direction. Donzo. Jakeman mopping up.
Middlesbrough just getting on top here a little bit. We're not giving Jess Russo much to work with at the top there.
Russo taking the ball in her stride and trying to race away from the challenge of Harlan. No free kick. Russo has stayed down. Turnbull can't get beyond Brown, who's got Sykes in support.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Sykes has been given the instructions to play a little bit higher. Because as I mentioned at the start of the game, she's got a great left foot on her and she can score some wonderful goals. She's done that for the past few seasons in the under-23s.
Yeah, Smart. I think caught one in the face there as the ball rolled out of play. She's back on her feet. Middlesbrough throw to get us going again. We are at the stage of the game where Leeds really need to find this goal. Time starting to run out. And poking the ball forward, but still in the possession of the team in red, the team who are currently leading the game. Smart. Danby. Brown. It's an early ball. Russo is lurking, and Middlesbrough had to make the clearance. It's still alive in the penalty area, but for that awareness of where the ball was, who knows, Russo may have been in there.
Yeah, it just didn't seem to land. She was spinning around in circles thinking, where's this ball? Which just allowed the defender to get back. But a good ball in the box by Abby Brown. Like you say, if we're going to score a goal today, it looks like it's going to come from down that left-hand side. And Abby Brown most certainly will be involved, I'm sure.
Big question here whether this is more of a tactical injury or an actual injury, just to try and eat up some seconds in that Middlesbrough defence. No surprise as well that Danby was involved, that calming presence in midfield. Witten wanted the ball played to feet, but instead it goes to Brown, who's made a way across to this right side. Jakeman in the way, will be kept in play, but it's Middlesbrough with Byrne who have possession. And here's the pacey substitute Donzo. Now Danby. Just again, not quite close enough to the target. This time it was Russo who's drifted over to that left-hand side.
The girls keep trying to find Abby Brown, but we're just not finding her. I think I expected Danby to find her with that peach of a left foot then.
It was turned by Russo, but then the touch was just too heavy. Middlesbrough defending in numbers, which will make it more and more difficult for Leeds to get a breakthrough they're looking for. Bartup has dropped deep. Good feet. Byrne. This will drop for Witten. Brown on the right. He's up against Robson. He's moved it well onto that left foot and swinging a ball in, but no one in a white shirt close enough. to make a killer contact.
It's just not falling for us in the final third today. I think we've had our fair share of possession. It just seems to be that final pass. We're not finding feet. It seems that we're kind of playing long quite a little bit, and the defenders are just managing to intercept the ball just at the right time. Imagine they'll just just get behind the ball now and just park the bus for the next 8 minutes.
Quick throw by Smith to Brown. You can see in that one still 4 Middlesbrough players, and Abby Brown showing that they will defend in numbers. Middlesbrough to try and hold on to what will be back-to-back wins. The season will be fully up and running if they can hold on to this, as Jakeman tries to force away beyond Robson. Ball cleared into the main stand.
Yeah, as you can see, Abby Brown's come over to this side now, onto the right-hand side, and that'll be so she can cut inside and have a pop with her left foot, which obviously is, you know, they were defending well with Middlesbrough, and they were getting Abby onto her right, which we know is not a favoured foot.
It's in by Whittam. Walker control in that 18-yard area by Abby Tower, but eventually Middlesbrough can clear it. Here's Donzo all alone, but might be what they need as he races away towards goal. Donzo, the substitute, rounds the goalkeeper, and it's cleared off the line by Izzy Elliott, who'd continued her run. Brilliant defending from Leeds' number 2. Super breakaway by Umo Donzo, the substitute, who's shown that power and pace, and it nearly proved to be a vital second goal.
Yeah, I think it was far too easy initially for the striker to get through there, but what a recovery by Izzy Elliott there. It's almost as good as a goal, that. That's what she'll feel like anyway. Great defending.
More defending to do for the team in white. They've been searching out this equaliser, but in doing so, nearly conceded a second goal. Coming in at the far post was Packham again, the goal scorer of the first goal. Sneaking in round the back this time, and the first to the header. Nearly found that bottom corner. Another Middlesbrough change. Ella Barker coming on. Joined in the summer. She's come through the Teesside Regional Talent Club. And Coach Mick Mulhern describing her as a real talent. Also coming on then for Leeds is Molly Peacock.
Yeah, she's been away for a couple of weeks, but she's shown a lot of promise as Molly Peacock again, from the under-23s, but a very mature player for her age. So it's good to see her getting some more minutes.
Yeah, she joined Leeds at the age of 8, and she's risen through the ranks. Part of the first team squad.
Yeah, she's a natural leader as well. Came on as a substitute against Leek Town, and immediately she's bossing the girls around like she's been playing in this team for years. So I'm excited to see her this season.
4 minutes of normal time remaining. Is time ticking out now for Leeds? Middlesbrough have a throw. Confirmation of the changes. It was Laura Robson off for Middlesbrough that saw the introduction of Eve Barker. And it was one youngster for the other, with Emily Sykes coming off, replaced by Molly Peacock. Middlesbrough with the ball exactly where they wanted in these late stages, as Donzo gets clear again, showing her strength inside the penalty area, looking for a penalty as well. It looked as though the challenge was a physical one. Here's Byrne.
Yeah, I'm glad she stayed on her feet then, to be honest, because I think had she have gone down, it would have given the referee a decision to make.
Turnbull shot. It's a save by Carrie Simpson. And now she's looking to get Leeds on the front foot really quickly. Leeds need to be on the offensive. They need to try and force more chances to get the equaliser, to keep the unbeaten run going. Here's Russo, backed up by Olivia Smart. Back to Russo, needed the shout. She was very quickly dispossessed. But she'll do a bit to try and win the ball back here.
Yeah, she's proven a bit of a handful since she's come on, hasn't she, that Donzo?
Russo penalised for a late challenge. As Middlesbrough try to break forward, but they'll certainly won't be rushing over this free kick. Jakeman with a glancing header, that'll be a Middlesbrough corner.
Yeah, I think she had to do that. But we know that they're dangerous from set pieces.
The ball is nowhere near the
No, it's
corner.
not.
The referee's assistant is on the other side, so he won't see it, but you think the referee may have spotted that as the corner is sent in. All the way through, more penalty claims. Can Leeds take advantage of Middlesbrough just switching off for a second? Maybe not. Here's Byrne.
It's difficult when it gets to this stage of the game when you're trying to go for an equaliser. Obviously, you do kind of leave gaps, and you just want to make sure that they don't concede any more.
Went beyond Bartup, but Russo was trying to make up the ground. Clearance from Wareham. That's Smith with the header, but it's going to come to this near side to Barker. First touch for the young substitute. Two Leeds players tracking her run, and in the end she carried the ball out of play. From a Middlesbrough view, just taking the ball as far up the field as they can was probably the aim of Barker. Here's Brown.
Yeah, it's been a tough game today without Paige Williams and Macy Ellis, who I think have played most games so far this season, and obviously not having them in the team today, I think we've missed them. But hoping for a speedy recovery for both of them.
Middlesbrough throw as we tick to the 90. Barker coming short. And from Whittam, fall to Smith. She decides to go back, but hopefully it's just one step back and a couple forward here for Leeds as Simpson brings the ball under control, looking for options. Turnbull's header.
Just waiting for confirmation of the additional time. I think there'll be 2 or 3 minutes added on here. I think we might need Ella, number 9 there.
Get her on.
Wonder if she's brought her boots.
It is so good to see so many of the youngsters here, boys and girls, watching on this afternoon. Can they cheer on a Leeds goal? Chase is on for Bartup against Packham. At the minute, it's Packham's goal that is the solo goal in this game. That's a corner. This might be the chance for Leeds.
Let's get everybody up, including Carrie Simpson.
Well, Danby's passing has been spot on throughout the afternoon. Can she deliver one killer ball in injury time at the end of the game to keep the Leeds unbeaten run intact? It's Danby's corner. It's in at the near post, but it's away to safety, and Middlesbrough will be breathing a sigh of relief now.
Yeah, I think she's not put a lot wrong at Danby today. I think she'd be my player of the match. I think she's been pretty steady away. I think obviously disappointing corner there. She won't have been happy with that when all of her teammates were waiting for a nice cross and hopefully to be getting on the end of it. But yeah, I think the referee will be blowing his whistle any minute now.
Wareham's kick. Kept in by Smart. Another Leeds throw. You can see the Middlesbrough players retreating. Here's Russo. Whittam looking to get there first and does. Strong challenge, but a fair challenge. Unfortunately, there's a Middlesbrough player there to complete the clearance for the visitors. Is there one last chance for Leeds? Danby. Beacock did have Smart in that wide position, but there was another late challenge. It was another free kick for Leeds. I would think this really is the last opportunity now. Danby over the ball, lays it back to Simpson. Beacock. Try to thread the ball out to Olivia Smart on that far side. Middlesbrough with so many players back, able to deal with that pass.
We've struggled to find a way past the Middlesbrough defence there.
Jakeman, Middlesbrough with Umu Donzo up front on her own, just chasing down the Leeds players as it goes forward. Header from Whittam, looking for Brown. First time, it's over Bartup, but Olivia Smart had made the ground down that left-hand side. Good ball into Russo, who gets it onto her left foot, cleared for a Leeds corner. There is one more chance for the home team. Smart has gone across on the far side. Jakeman and Elliott are the final two players to join the penalty area. Ball that's high towards Bartop. Her downward header took a deflection, did it off a Middlesbrough player. It's going to be another corner. Late drama here at Garforth. Can Leeds get the equaliser?
Yeah, it was a great ball in by Olivia Smart, that. And if there's anybody you want a header to fall to, it's probably Laura Bartub, been the tallest player in our team. But again, good defending by Middlesbrough, putting the bodies on the line.
Danby. It's a much better delivery to the far post. Two Middlesbrough players go for it. Drops here to Smart. So many options still in there across. I think it took a deflection. Now it's Bartup again. Can't quite squeeze the way through the challenges. Anywhere will do for Middlesbrough. Cleared to Carrie Simpson. Looks up. It needs to go straight back to where it came from. This is Smith. Uses her body to keep possession of the ball. Here's Bartup. Options to the left and to the right. It's Brown, it's Russo, it's a save by Wareham, and first to the ball is Brown. She's lost her footing at the vital opportunity. Still inside the penalty area. Middlesbrough get the clearance, and eventually there's a whistle blown, and was that the last Leeds chance right in the last moments of the game?
Yeah, I think that might be the last chance, John. I think Jess Russo did amazingly to even get a shot away there. There was a lot of bodies in the penalty area. But again, quite an easy save for the keeper, and Abby Brown nearly managed to latch onto something there.
Still we play. Elliott clearing the ball away. Jakeman will get there first, although she can only clear it for what will be a Middlesbrough throw. Then the full-time whistle goes. You can tell the reaction of the Middlesbrough players. What a victory that is, because Leeds' 100% record comes to an end here at Garforth, losing out by just the 1-0 despite being dominant for large parts of the game. Leeds just couldn't get the equaliser. For the first time this season, they failed to score. But in terms of a start to the season, Bridie, 9 points from 12. The positives have to be taken from the first 4 games of the league season.
Yeah, we've had an amazing start, like what we've been saying. You know, today, a disappointing defeat to Middlesbrough. I thought we could have got a result today, even if it was just a draw. You know, we didn't want to lose the unbeaten streak. But I think, you know, based on chances created, they did look more dangerous going forward. But again, you know, a lot of positives coming out of it. We've had, you know, Emily Sykes debutant today, and, you know, one of the other subs, Molly Beacock, coming on. I think, you know, like I said to you before the game, I still don't think we've reached our peak yet. I think there's a lot more in the tank. We've got people coming back, people on holiday, things like that. So, you know, I definitely think there's more to come from this group of girls. But, you know, we'll have another week in training. We'll be working hard as usual. And we'll try and put it right next week.
It's often said that managers and coaches and players learn more in a defeat sometimes, particularly after the start of the season they've had. Will that be the case, do you think? Just a bit of analysis on things that the team can improve on? As you say, they can get better, which is really important.
Yeah, I think so. And ever since I've been in this team, on the back of a defeat, there's nobody that, beats you up more than yourself as a player. And, the girls will be going home tonight thinking, what could I have done differently? And, you kind of play every pass through in your head, what you could have done differently and better. And strikers, will do the same as well. So, I'm confident that, this will hopefully, kind of spiral the girls on to fight that little bit harder for next week. Because, like I said, the margin for error in this league is extremely small. So, this is one chance, if you like, that we've lost today. But we go again, as we do.
Well, thank you all for joining us, wherever you are in the world today on LU TV. Final score from here at the Bannister Prentice Stadium. Leeds United Women 0, Middlesbrough Women 1.